That damn microphone. My name is Werner Puchert, and this is Finding Frequency. Sat today and said to myself, Werner, today you will record this YouTube video and you will finish it, you will do it, and you will do it properly. And I did. Now also, I need to paint the picture here. I have to set up my office to do the filming. The camera and all these things is not something that I want to like stand around all the time. So I set everything up and then I tear everything down and then I edit. Because for normal office work, I use different cameras, different audio situations. Also, you don't want a big microphone in your face when you're recording. That said, I usually use two small little lavalier microphones. So the one is underneath my shirt to capture my audio, because the secret, and I think I've told you this, you can do really crappy other stuff as long as your audio is good. If you have got listenable audio, you can do anything. And you can go and publish and be a content king. Just focus on your audio first. So I have a backup microphone also attached to the top because I've got two shots. I have a shot from the top so people can see my hands because I always describe things or want to point things out. And then I also have a camera on the other side. Sorry, I have a camera at the top and a camera from the side. So I attach a microphone to both of them. One is the main audio and then one is secondary, like backup, because I know, you know me, I know me, things go wrong. Today I did the same. And it's these small little microphones. They are wired, so they're attached to the device, to the camera. And the one is kind of hidden under my clothes, and the other one is hidden out of shot at the top. And that's the secret. This is where I'm nearly giving away the punchline. So I did all the recording, set everything, or tore everything down, set my office ready for work today, and then boom. Had a quick look at the video, and it looked nice. And I started noticing, what is this big black fly bat thing? Weirdness in the shot, and it's not in one shot, it's in everything, this black mass in front of the lens. And I realized that during the filming process my top microphone came loose and swung in front of the lens, and I did not notice it because it's quite a weird lens because it's got a wide shot. It was definitely hanging down in front of the lens, and for some weird reason I never noticed it. I was peering into that black eye, talking to my audience as I'm talking into your ear right now, having a moment with this big thing hanging in the way. That meant that after setting everything back in its place, I had to whip everything out, reset up, and reshoot. I'm not sure if I had the same energy or what it's going to look like, but luckily, well, I mustn't jinx myself. I still have to download it from the camera. I had it all done and dusted. It's frustrating, and it felt like I was wasting time. And from that, a little bit of stress, and also I started asking myself, why am I doing this? I feel so uncomfortable doing this nonsense. You know, I have more of a radio face. Why am I doing this? Like, it's so frustrating. The one thing that kept me going today was the fact that I actually caught up with the episode of Fresh Air today. And if you get a chance to listen to it, I would encourage you. Sanjay Gupta was on there, and he was talking about a new book he wrote about the brain. So he's the doctor that you always see on CNN talking about COVID, but I didn't know that he was actually a neurosurgeon. And he recently wrote a book about, or published a book about brain health. And so one of the lessons out of that is that the brain continues to evolve and produce new brain cells. And it's a very interesting organ. And a lot of the things that we think we know about it is not really true. Like the fact that we use 10% of our brain. We actually use everything. It's just that we are using the same things over and over again. So the analogy that he used was quite interesting, and I want to repeat it, is that if you think of let's say a map, your brain as a map, and you move from one city to another one and you use the same road all the time, that is the road that you travel to get things done. So if the way you eat, for example, that is a road, and that's something that you repeat. So for example, if you start eating with different hands, you're creating a new pathway, and the brain likes that. It's interesting, and that, you know, you want to create new paths. And that is the thing that kind of relates to my frustration today, because you also mentioned that there shouldn't be no stress. We just don't want continuous stress, and this is what the pandemic has kind of caused for us. It's like continuous stress. You want the peaks and the valleys. And I definitely felt stressed today. So the stress I felt today was actually good for me. The other thing, though, also the frustration about doing this thing that sometimes I think it's so easy, I can do it, and then I can't master it. I think I suck at it. And there's like sometimes Martha look at me, is like, why are you doing all these things, Van? Are you crazy? And they actually said there, and through findings and research that they've done, is that if you start doing new things, you create those new connections. And that is actually more healthier than doing math all the time, because math is math. You're doing the same thing over and over again. You're just strengthening pathways and practicing it and becoming faster. But doing interesting things like trying to do a podcast or filming stuff or learning a new skill, whatever, that's important. And the thing is, when the brain does these things, it also means that ultimately you become and build a better, healthier brain. Get enough sleep. And then what the brain does, it can help you focus on being happier. And that's what he said. The ultimate goal of the brain is to make you happy. Isn't that a cool thought? With all the frustration. Now looking back on today, still lots to do. It's not over yet. But I feel happy. Even with all the nonsense and microphones hanging in my face, I'm still happy. I hope you can find something to be happy about. If not, try something new, do some exercise, and get more sleep. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. Thanks for listening.